ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Jedi Night's Watch. Today we're going to be doing another flashback review. As you can see in front of you, you have the Batman DX09 from the 1989 movie Batman. I am so excited to finally have this figure in my collection. He's been a personal grail of mine since I've started collecting Hot Toys. This figure is rather old. It has been out for about 9 years now, so as you can expect with Hot Toys, the longer they're out, the more expensive they get. And his price has gone up quite a bit, and he can be hard to find, and that's why he is considered a grail of not only myself, but I would say the Hot Toys community. This Batman brings so much nostalgic feeling to me. Batman in 1989 was probably one of the first, if not the first movie theater that I went to. I remember my dad took me. I remember seeing that opening scene where they unveil the Bat logo. I actually fell asleep in the movie, but give me credit, I was only like 4 years old. I love this movie. It is so well done by Tim Burton. This figure reminds me just so much of my childhood, seeing the movie, watching the movie at home. I had all the Batman toys. Just the look and feel of this box has that nostalgic feeling. We have the Batmobile on the side. We have that original Bat logo on top. On the front you can see a great portrait of Michael Keaton as Batman. You can see some wear and tear on the box because, like I said, this is an older figure and he's been around the block once or twice. On the back of the box we have all the warnings and some of the credits and who made the figure. This box is also a lot bigger than a lot of the newer figures that come out from Hot Toys these days because this is a DX version, which means it is deluxe. You're going to get a lot more coming with this figure than you would a typical Hot Toys figure. So it is that classic DX style box where the cover is magnetic and it kind of opens up like a book. I absolutely love the color scheme with that 1989 trademark yellow, and then with the black it just really stands out and it really brings you back to that movie. The figure in the box looks simply amazing. For how old this figure is, the likeness and the detail is second to none. I can't wait to get him out and show you guys. Don't forget to smash that like button if you like these videos that we're making for you. Hit that subscribe button, be a part of the Jedi Night's Watch, and ring that bell so you know when we're creating new content. We always start with the base first, get that out of the way, then we go to the accessories, and then we get that figure and we take a really good look at it. But here with the stand, this is your typical DX stand with the LED lights on the front. Very cool. There's a compartment on the bottom where the batteries go in, and then a switch on the back to turn it on and off. I really do like the logo here that they provide. It is embossed and it is raised up from the stand itself. I do wish the color scheme was a little bit different. I do like the black, but I wish the bat itself was black, and then here I wish that was the gold like the typical logo. It's not bad, it just looks a little weird with the colors kind of off. And at the bottom we do have the metal plate that says Batman MMSDX. Overall I do like these stands. I like the square stands. They go well with other DX versions. I like that they kind of keep it all the same size. Again, I typically don't use stands when I'm displaying them, but I do like this one a lot. Here we have all the accessories that Batman DX9 comes with. The cape I really wouldn't even say is an accessory because it has to come with the figure. I'm not going to use it though because the figure that I purchased already had a Jackson custom cape. Draping cape looks really nice. That's the one I'm using on the figure. That's the one I'll show you guys. So I'm not going to get too much into detail about the cape that he comes with. We have 2 extra face plates. We have his batarang. We have his blocking mechanism that he uses in the church at the end. A couple of like throwing stars. His Batmobile remote. Looks kind of like a time bomb. 3 gas bombs. And his grapple gun and accessories. Alright, and now let's get a closer look at these things. We'll start with this mechanism. I cannot remember the name of it, but he uses it in the art museum when he is saving Kim Basinger. And it does rotate out like so, which is pretty cool. And then you can attach it to his arm from here. And then this is where the grapples kind of shoot out from. It's cool because it's got like a little bat cowl look to it. But really cool paint job. I really like the gold and black together, and then you have these silver tips here. They are a little bit pointy, so just be careful of that. But really cool. Next is the device that he uses to block the bad guy in the church. and it just kind of goes into his gauntlet, his wrist gauntlet, and then you can have him pose with that if you'd like. Not much to it, it's just a plastic piece, but it does have some kind of studded bumps here on the front. And we have his batarang, which is really cool looking. You got the silver tips on both sides in the shape of a bat, and it looks great. It comes with this string that you can pose him with as well. Comes with 3 of these little gas bombs. Really great detail. I never really got a good look at these in the movie, so to see these now is pretty cool. Well, and it's kind of cloudy here. I don't think you can tell that, but from the video, but it almost looks like something is inside there. So really cool. Then he comes with 2 throwing stars, which I do not remember him having in the movie at all. Didn't see these in the movie, but maybe he had them, maybe he didn't. Nonetheless, he comes with them. And another item that I don't remember him having is, almost looks like a little time bomb. It's got some numbers here, like a countdown. It's got some attachments here, some contraptions up top. It is a really nice silver with like a black wash to it to give it a little bit more character and depth. Really cool, just I don't remember this in the movie. One of my favorite pieces is the Batmobile remote. So tiny, you can just see how tiny it is in my finger. It does have this little bat logo and then a little keypad up top here. And then even just this little red button. Just really cool. And finally we have his grappling gun. And these are magnetic. There are little magnets here that you can kind of hook this onto his belt. And if you want to put them together as well, you can. Like so. So this piece is magnetic and can attach to the belt. And then this piece, if you want it on the belt as well, this clips to the belt. And then this just sits on top like that. So you could theoretically have them both on his utility belt. And now we get to the extra face plates, and we have somewhat of an open mouth look here of Michael Keaton. And to me, I know it's kind of hard to tell here because you're just seeing the mouth, but that is Michael Keaton. That look is Michael Keaton right there. Really great paint application, good texture, and a great facial expression. You know, we've had the DX12 Batman, Christian Bale, and some of those expressions were just like, what? This doesn't even look like him, and I don't even remember him making these expressions during the movie. But here we have Michael Keaton, and like, it's just authentic to the movie. We have the blood from when he gets beat up in the church. Really cool. I'm probably going to use the one that's on the figure the most, but these are great to have, and they look awesome. So they are magnetic, so they are just going to kind of stick right to the cowl, and you don't have to worry about them falling off, so that's pretty good too. Just a really quick look at the cape. It is a nice material. It's like the fake leather, the pleather material. On the inside is just kind of this fabric. It's got some nice stitching running down it. It does look alright, but from what I've seen with other figures, it really just doesn't hang well, it doesn't drape well, it kind of bows out. But it is a nice material, just very lightweight. So these are the accessories that Batman comes with. Now let's get the figure out here and take a look. And I actually forgot to put the hands out with the other accessories, so we're just going to go through those really quick. I know typically I don't spend a whole lot of time on hands, but hey, we at least have to show them, right? So he comes with 3 extra pairs of hands, and we have a kind of open, probably for deflecting bad guys. We have a hand here where he's probably holding his grapple gun, and then a couple of gesturing hands here, and more hands probably holding the batarang or something like that. Never really noticed this before, but he's got kind of these silver studs on the palms of his hands. But really cool detail on the gloves themselves. I do remember this style from watching the movie. It does look like a real leather, but it's just a plastic hand. Alright guys, and here is our first look at the Batman DX09 from the 1989 movie, Batman. You can just see that there's that likeness to Michael Keaton, and it looks great. You got that faceplate with the normal expression there. You have his eyes inside, and you can see even the painted skin around the eyes. It looks great. The bat cowl looks amazing. I feel like this video doesn't even do it justice with how great it looks. You have the bat logo on the front with that bright yellow. Taking a look around here, you can see this little ridge up here, and that is the back plate that comes off, because this figure does have the PERS system, and that's partly why it's a deluxe as well. Only the deluxe figures have that PERS system, and that allows you to move the eyes. Unfortunately for mine, it is broken, so only one eye moves, so I have to be very careful in making sure that the eyes line up just right. But that is held on with a magnet, and you can see I do have the Jackson custom cape on as well. Has a really nice texture to it, and it drapes really well. Look at that profile. That's Michael Keaton right there. You can just see it. Looks awesome. Going down to the midsection of the figure, we have that original Batman belt. And we have the chest and abdomen armor, and it looks awesome. It looks like the movie. The mold of the body armor looks exactly how it did in the movie. It looks like that rubber material from his suit, and it does have a little bit of cush to it. The belt and the chest logo yellow are a wonderful representation of the '89 Batman, and when you have this guy on the shelf, it really stands out. I have the Ben Affleck Batman as well as the Christian Bale Batman, and neither of them stand out like this guy. And just to give you a better look at the cape as well, here it is. And here we have the arms as well. We have the gauntlets with the blades on the side, and those are very sharp. And you have the hands here, the tight fisted hands that are on the figure, and the texture of the gloves looks great. And again, you just have the mold of the armor. Just that texture that's on there just looks authentic to the movie. And on the lower section of the body, we do have his boots. I believe from what I heard in the movie is Michael Keaton had a really hard time moving in this suit, so they actually converted like tennis shoes into these boots. And you can kind of just see that from these right here. There's a lot of detail, a lot of texture, lots of stuff going on in that boot. Then you got the shin plates right here, and if we move up, you can just see the knee guards as well. Even got the belt buckle here on the boot. Great figure. Now, one of the drawbacks of this suit is that the articulation is not going to be very good at all. Because this cowl is all one piece, he's going to have barely any neck movement. So he'll pretty much just have a little bit right there and not much at all. This rubber suit really restricts his movements. He's not very posable. If you want to do that, you can just see it kind of bounces back a little bit. You can get to about here, and it just kind of falls back down a little bit. He's got some crunch ability in the abdomen, but the suit just doesn't really, it kind of brings him back to his normal museum pose. And we have the normal wrist swivels, and the legs are pretty restricted. It's to about here, and just kind of falls back. Same with the knee, just kind of falls back. The whole boot swivels here, and then in the ankle you do have a little bit of play as well, but again it kind of slowly falls down or comes back towards its natural spot. I do think in regards to articulation that this guy is best suited for museum pose. You can try your best to pose him in other cool poses, but I think this Batman fits museum pose the best anyways. He was intimidating. You know, he was just kind of lurking, and you saw him in that pose with his cape kind of covering him a lot in the movie, so I think it works with this figure. Just so we can get a comparison between the other Batmans, we do have the Michael Keaton '89 Batman here, the Ben Affleck Batman, and then Christian Bale's Batman, the DX12, all in one spot for you, comparing them size-wise and just look-wise. I feel the gold or the yellow on the Batman '89 really does help him stand out. As you can see, the Ben Affleck and the Christian Bale Batmans are a little bit more toned down. where they're all neutral colors. There's nothing that really stands out about them. However, Ben Affleck is the beast, and you can just see that, just so much bigger than both other figures, so much taller as well. Christian Bale is kind of not standing as straight up, so he would be a little bit taller, but yeah, just your comparison of the three, I think they look great together, and I'm glad to have all three of them, as they are my three favorite Batmans of all time. So before we let you guys go, I want to quickly give you some things that we really liked about the figure, and some things that could use some improvement, maybe if they re-release it, or if they make another Michael Keaton Batman in the future. So let's start with a couple things that we don't really like. One, the articulation. The rubber suit is really going to restrict this guy in what kind of poses you're going to get him into. Now, it's not that big of a deal for me, because again, I'm wanting to keep this certain figure in museum pose. I think he looks the best just standing there with that intimidating look and with his kind of cape covering him. So that's the pose that I'm going to go into, and I knew that going into this figure. So it's not that big of a deal, but for some other people, I'm sure they would really love to pose this guy in some action shots. The other thing that I really don't like is that back plate that sticks on the back of the cowl, and it covers the PERS system. That little lip that sticks out is on the top of the head is just really distracting. It looks worse here in the light box, but you know, when you get them into a display, it's not so bad, but it does bother me quite a bit. That actually bothers me more than the articulation of the figure. Now for some things that we love about this figure, the realism to Michael Keaton and the '89 Batman. It looks like he just jumped off the screen and onto my display shelf. The likeness to Michael Keaton is there. The suit is awesome. The cape, the custom cape, really adds to the figure. If you're going to get any Batman, Superman figure, you got to get a custom cape. I'm honestly blown away by this figure, and if you guys can get your chance to get him for a decent price, you have to do it. If you're a Batman fan, he's got to be in your collection. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this figure. Let me know if you have it, and let me know who was your favorite Batman. Alright guys, well thanks for watching our video and hanging out with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our videos and be a part of the watch. Until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.